AI video is taken over.
What would happen if you stopped shaving your beard? What would happen if you were raised by the Maasai tribe? What would happen if you were Walter White's partner for 5 days?
And it is one of the best skills to learn in 2026.
Subscribe to Joe Spitty on YouTube.
And you can use it to make thousands on social media in many different areas such as YouTube automation, TikTok shop, and UGC content, to name a few. And in this video, I'm going to show you my exact workflow to make the best AI content in pretty much any area that you would want. And to do this, I'm going to show you how to make good AI images and videos in certain different areas, so that even if I don't cover the exact type of video that you want to learn about, then you'll be able to take the prompts or the workflows and then just basically plug it in to make the videos that you want to make. Now, to create all of these AI images and videos, we are going to be using one AI workspace, which is going to be Higgsfield. A lot of you guys might have heard of Higgsfield before, but if you haven't, then you can check them out, as I'll leave them linked in the description. Higgsfield is pretty much an AI workspace that has everything packaged into it, so we can generate audio in here, video, image, pretty much everything that you would need to. So yeah, this is what we're going to be using to create the videos today. Now, with all of that being said, the first type of video that we're going to generate is the AI sort of explainer video. Now, while the AI explainer niche does cover a lot of different niches, we're going to be making videos on the skeleton niche because this is a niche that has been blowing up in this space recently. Once again, the steps and the workflow will be the exact same, just if you're not doing a skeleton and you're using a normal person, for example, then yeah, you'd prompt it to be a normal person. Now, with that being said, the first thing that we need to do is we need to create high quality AI images for the scenes that we want. This is a mistake that I see a lot of people making when it comes to generating certain types of AI videos, especially when you're editing it all together. People just try and generate the video straight away, when a lot of the time it's going to be more beneficial to generate the image first and then animate it using AI afterwards. So to show you the page we're going to be replicating today, if we come over to my laptop, as you can see, we've got this page here, which is slightly different to a lot of the other skeleton pages in the niche, as this guy sort of merges humans and skeletons together by adding hair and adding flesh in some of the videos. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting take on it, and as you can see, he has only just started, but he is getting some pretty decent views. So once we've created our account on Higgsfield, we're just going to come over to this section here, which is the image section. And then once you come in here, as you can see on Higgsfield, we have a bunch of different tools in this section that we could use, and a bunch of different AI generators. But the one we're going to be testing out today is going to be Higgsfield Sol 2.0, as yeah, this is Higgsfield's literally new AI image generator, and it is pretty good. So we're just going to go ahead and down here click Sol 2.0, and then what we're going to want to do first of all, which is quite useful with Sol, is we're going to need to create a mood board. So as you can see, I've already created two already, and this is the one for the skeleton human kind of niche. And basically, to do this, if we go over here, we're just going to go to build your mood board, and you're going to need to upload a bunch of different photos, which is going to allow the AI Sol to come up with the type of character and generations that you want to create. And this is perfect for these type of videos because we want to keep everything consistent. So obviously, because we've already created ours, we don't need to create one. But to go ahead and create the mood board, I literally just came to the channel or the style of video that I wanted to replicate. I screenshotted a bunch of photos, and then I just uploaded them to the mood board on Higgsfield. And I didn't even do that many. I did around 10 photos. So you can definitely get a lot more in depth and give it more information. So with that being said, we now need to give Higgsfield a prompt so that we can actually go ahead and create the image that we're then going to turn into a video. So I'm thinking that we're going to try and generate an image of the AI skeleton character sort of laying in bed. So I'm going to really quickly come up with a prompt. I'll type it in here, and then I'll be back for you guys once I have it. Okay, so this is the prompt that I've just come up with off the top of my head. So we're just going to hit generate with this. Yeah, you don't need to do anything too crazy when you're trying to prompt images. You just want to give it a slight description of what you're trying to create. So as you can see, I've done that here with my prompt, and we'll see what it comes out with. And if we need to adjust or change anything, then we can always do that afterwards. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit generate. And another great thing about Sol is the fact that it is pretty cheap, and they do use parts from Nano Banana, which is arguably one of the best AI image generators. So I'll be back once this first image is generated, and then we can get onto the process of turning that image into a video. Okay, so literally within less than a minute, we now have our image, and this is great, but the only thing is I do want the man to be under the covers. So I'm just going to adjust this by prompting it, and then I maybe want the room to be a little bit more dark, and maybe just have a bit of the moonlight focused on his face a bit more. But apart from that, it is very good. Okay, so as you can see with the adjusted prompts, we've now got two different versions, and to be honest, they're pretty good, but I do still think this one is the best for what I'm looking for. So now we've selected this one, we're just going to animate this. So we're just going to click on it, and then we're going to go ahead and hit animate to turn this into a video. So to turn this image into a video, we're going to be using Kling, which is one of the best AI animation tools. And Higgsfield actually have a Kling 3.0 exclusive where you can do multi-shot scenes, which is pretty interesting. But for this use case, we're just going to get one video. So we're going to be using 2.6, and we're going to set the duration to be 5 seconds because we just want to slow sort of zoom in towards him as he looks stressed. So now what's left to do is just to create a prompt for what we want this image to be turned into as a video. Okay, so once you can see again with the prompt, it is nothing crazy. We're just asked it to slowly zoom in towards his face and then have him scratch his head as he looks stressed. So we're just going to go ahead and hit generate again. We can turn the audio off actually because we don't really need it. So we'll hit generate, and that's going to save us some credits as well. So I'll be back with you guys once we have got this video. Okay, so once again, in literally less than a minute, this has now been generated, and then we hit play. As you can see, it has created a very good generation doing exactly what we wanted. Now, while this is just one scene that has been generated for a video that would be a lot longer, for example, now all you need to do is just repeat this process over and over again, and you can end up with a video that looks something like this and has the potential to make you a lot of money on YouTube Shorts. Like for example, this video got 31 million views, and for reference as to how much YouTube Shorts can make you, this is actually one of my faceless YouTube Shorts channels, and this video with 12.4 million views that I posted around a month ago now has made me 1.7 thousand US dollars. So I'll let you guys do the maths on how much this video with 31 million views might have made. Now, video style number 2 that I'm going to be showing you guys how to make is AI UGC. Now, there are a few different ways to generate these AI UGC videos, and there is also a few different styles. So if you come over to my laptop, there is a style of sort of TikTok shop video where, as you can see, this is labeled as AI generated, and this person is obviously using it to sell the product, and it's not really like UGC of a face. However, then there is also this style that Music Media uses for their hooks, which is where it's a face, and yeah, this is literally AI, which it really doesn't look like it. So we're going to be focusing on this style of AI UGC. However, to make these, it's going to be pretty much the same. It's just going to be slightly different prompting, and obviously the starting photo and information that you're going to put into the AI tools is going to be of the product, and yeah, giving it a photo of a bathtub or whatever it may be. But apart from that, it will be pretty similar. So the first method that we can use to create AI UGC videos is going to be by using Sora. So we'll just go ahead and hit generate video. Then we need to get rid of this character as we don't want him anymore, and then we can go ahead and click Sora. And Sora Pro 2 Max on Higgsfield, which is like Higgsfield's own version, is great because it just means that basically the quality is really high straight away. Normally, if I was doing this, say, using Sora without Higgsfield, I'd have to generate the video, take the Sora logo off of it, and then I'd also have to put it into an upscaler to make the video quality from 720p to 1080p. So using this through Higgsfield just saves a bunch of time and makes the videos even more high quality. Okay, so for the prompt, it should look something like this. Once again, nothing too crazy. You're just going to want to specify the format. So we're going to do 9:16 selfie style video. And then we also want to talk about the location and what you want the background to look like. So I'm doing something similar to this right now, potentially with like a skyrise background. And then we want it to be a man in his early 20s. And then we're also going to describe the expression that you want them to have in the video. So we're going to say he looks happy. And then he is white and he has medium length hair with a middle part. And then yeah, just want to talk about the quality. Apart from that, add a few more bits on expression. And then you want to add this prompt, which is just going to help make it look even more natural. So the camera movement should be slightly shaky, and we'll add to look like a natural video. And then finally, you're going to have what you want the AI character to say. So we're going to have it say, subscribe to Joe Sabiti on YouTube, which you guys should do. Then the next few things to do is obviously to choose the format. So although we already said 9:16, we're going to want to make sure we hit 9:16. And then also for the duration, for what he is saying, subscribe to Joe Sabiti on YouTube, 4 seconds should be more than enough. So we'll just hit generate, and then it's going to start making this video for us. Okay, so after about a minute, we now have this video back. So let's hit play on this and see what it's come up with.
I have to keep moving this forward. No matter how heavy, I won't give up.
So as you can see, it's pretty good. I probably didn't need the audio, which is why I should have just had that turned off. But yeah, in terms of the actual generation of the image, this would be pretty good for a video like this page here, where yeah, you just have the AI voiceover over the top and nothing too crazy in the background. But as you can see, without the audio, this is actually a pretty decent video to just be in the background like this page. I mean, their videos are nothing crazy either. That one's a pretty good generation, but yeah, nothing too strenuous here. Just something to be in the background while people are listening to what the voice is saying, and this has done that perfectly. Okay, so the third style of video that I'm going to show you how to generate is pretty similar to the first one, and that is going to be 2D animational videos. So the process is pretty similar. Once again, we're going to be using Soul, and fortunately I've already sort of made that mood board that I talked about before. So as you can see, we're going to be doing something similar to this channel. So this channel is a long form channel, and I basically do videos, as you can see, with a simple AI voiceover, and some of them are not even videos, some of them are just images, but a lot of them are also AI videos. So it's going to be a pretty similar process to the first one, but we're going to run through it really quickly. So we're going to change the format to 16:9 because we want it to be for a long form video this time. And let's go ahead and try and make somewhat of a similar clip. So let's do Okay, so we're just going to go with this simple prompt. As you can see, it's pretty similar to what's going on here. So we're just going to go ahead and hit generate, and we'll see what that one turns out like as well. Okay, so as you can see, we've now come up with something like this. I will say that the AI is kind of struggling to generate the feet, and I think that is simply because when I was taking the photos, I didn't really have many that were of the full body of the character because I didn't want to get the text in the way of the photos. So that's probably a little bit down to me and my poor screenshots, and that's why you should try and spend a bit more time with your mood board, getting more screenshots and having everything that you'd want to generate. But as we can see, the images are still pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit animate on this one because I think this one is the best one. We've now come in here with our photo, and this time we're going to add audio just to see what it looks like, and then we're just going to describe it as simply have the man, and we'll just do a simple prompt like that and we'll see what it turns out like. Okay, so when using the Sora generator, videos do take a little bit longer to generate, but the video has just come back, so let's see what it looks like. These AI UGC videos are pretty crazy to me because some of them are so hard to tell that they're actually fake. So let's go ahead and hit play on this.
Subscribe to Joe Spitty on YouTube.
I'd say that's a pretty good AI UGC video. And yeah, it's like at first glance, it's definitely not easy to see that this is an AI video, which I think is pretty crazy. So this is another great use case for AI. So you guys can go ahead and test this out for yourselves and see what you can come up with. Okay, so we have now covered some of the main styles for AI video generation. And hopefully after this video, you can now make better AI videos than your competition. Higgsfield, the tool that we've been using in this video, will be linked in the description. So make sure to go there to check it out. And if you do go through my link in the description, you will get your first 5,000 generations using Soul 2.0 for totally free. Now with that being said, if you have any questions, then leave those in the comments as I try my best to get back to as many as possible. And if you're interested in learning more about AI videos and how to make money with AI videos, then I'll also leave my free Discord linked in the description where you can join a community of over 25,000 people that are all looking to make money with social media, some with and some without AI videos. If you did enjoy this video, then please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Apart from that, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.
Alright, so I'm currently at my dashboard on smmshiba.com, and do not get confused by the website names. SMM and SMM Dodge are actually the same website. So all you have to do once you've created yourself an account here is to go on list, click on this category icon, select, and here you want to select something, basically any option that says from with video. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and this should be already fine. 2014, 2017, yeah. Now I'm gonna click on buy, confirm, and now you can go onto your product orders and you will see this is pending. All right, the order is now completed. This didn't even take 2 minutes. What you want to do now is you want to copy that ID, and we want to be organized, right? Especially if we have multiple channels, you will not find them again. So make sure to save it somewhere.